Hey there and welcome. In today's video, we are diving deep into one of the most important topics in any business or project. How to ensure quality in your deliveries, whether you are managing a team, working solo, or handling clients. Delivering top-notch quality can make or break your success. So let's explore some key strategies you can use to improve the quality of your work and ensure every delivery meets or even exceeds expectations. Grab a pen, settle in, because this journey toward better deliveries is about to begin. Part 1. Setting a deadline for review. First thing first, setting a clear deadline for reviews. You have probably heard that saying, failing to plan is planning to fail. And when it comes to ensuring quality, having a structured timeline for reviews is crucial. Here is why. When you set a specific deadline for reviews, it prevents last-minute rushes and allows adequate time for adjustments. Rushing through a final check often leads to missed errors, and no one wants to deliver something that's not at its best. So how do you set an effective deadline? Make it realistic but firm. Too short, and your reviewers won't have time to offer thoughtful feedback. Too long, and you risk project delays. Find the balance. Practical example, if your project deadline is 2 weeks out, schedule your review deadline a few days before the final due date. This gives you some buffer room in case you need to make tweaks or adjustments based on feedback. Next up, the number of reviewers. Quality comes from diverse perspectives, but too many cooks in the kitchen can spoil the broth. You want just enough feedback without causing chaos. Here's a trick. Aim for 2 or 3 reviewers, depending on the project. Each reviewer should focus on a specific aspect of the work. For example, one person might focus on technical accuracy, while another looks at clarity and flow. This helps ensure every aspect is checked without overwhelming you with conflict opinions. But don't go overboard. Having too many reviewers can slow the process down, and too much feedback might confuse rather than clarify. Stick with a small focus group that understands the goal and knows what they are looking for. Part 3. Clear review process. Now let's talk about the review process itself. Having a clear and structured review process makes a massive difference in the quality of your output. If your reviewers don't know what they are supposed to be checking for or how to give you feedback, it is easy for things to fall through the cracks. So how do you structure your review process? Step 1. Provide a review checklist. Include specific points that you want feedback on. For instance, does the product meet these technical requirements? Or does the design follow the agreed upon guidelines? Step 2. Encourage your reviewers to leave actionable feedback. Looks good? Doesn't help much, but could we adjust the font size on the header for better readability? Really does. Step 3. Have a system for resolving feedback. If 2 reviewers give conflict advice, how do you decide what to follow? Setting clear priorities and guidelines at the start can help you avoid confusion. Part 4. Real bug checks. Now this next one is super important but often overlooked. Real bug checks. What do I mean by that? A bug check means going to review whether the feedback you received and apply actually improved the product. It is not just about checking the final deliverable against the initial requirements. It's about making sure the revisions made things better, not worse. For example, if you change the layout of a report based on feedback, go back and compare the original with the updated version. Did the change make it more readable, more professional, or did it introduce new issues? Real bug checks can be the difference between a good product and a great one. So don't skip this step, your future self will thank you. Part 5. Knowledge of the product. Lastly, and perhaps most important, you can't deliver quality if you don't fully understand what you are working with. Whether it is a product or a service or a piece of content, the more you know about it, the better you can ensure it is up to standard. Take the time to research, ask questions, study the product, purpose, and needs of the end user. This insight will help you anticipate potential issues and find creative solutions that others might miss. Now that we have covered those core strategies, let's shift gears and dig into 5 more ideas to help you take your quality to the next level. You are already on the right track, but let's explore some additional tips that can make a huge difference. Bonus tip number 1. Build a culture of continuous improvement. Getting quality in deliveries isn't a one-time thing. It is about constantly improving. Encourage everyone involved to look for ways to tweak and improve the process. Create an environment where constructive feedback is welcomed and mistakes are seen as learning opportunities. When people are invested in improvement, quality becomes part of the culture. Bonus tip number 2. Use automation where possible. Tools are your friend. Automating some steps in your workflow, like tracking revisions, can save time and reduce human error. There are plenty of tools out there that can handle things like grammar checks, design validation, and version control. This frees up your team to focus on the more creative or critical elements, knowing the basics are already handled. Bonus tip number 3. Post-mortem reviews after delivery. Once the project is done and dusted, it is tempting to move on to the next thing. But one of the best ways to improve quality is by reflecting on what worked and what didn't. Post-mortem reviews after a delivery allow you to capture lessons that can be applied to future projects. Was there a bottleneck that slowed things down? Did a miscommunication lead to a last-minute scramble? Capture these insights and use them to refine your process. Bonus tip number 4. Develop checklists for repeatable tasks. Many of the tasks you do will be repeatable, whether you are delivering content, code, or products. One easy way to ensure consistency and quality is by creating detailed checklists for tasks that come up often. This way, nothing gets missed and everyone knows exactly what's required at each step of the process. Bonus tip number 5. Customer feedback. Finally, always get feedback from your customers or end users. They are the ones using the product or service, so their opinion on the quality is critical. Send out surveys, ask for reviews, or have a quick follow-up call after delivery to gather their thoughts. Not only will this help you ensure quality for future deliveries, but it also shows the customer that you care about their satisfaction. And there you have it. Strategies and tips to help you deliver the best quality work every single time. Remember, quality doesn't just happen by accident. It's about planning, structure, and constantly improving your process. Keep refining, keep learning, and soon, quality will become second nature in everything you deliver. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future content. See you in the next one.